Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I was having a play around earlier with just paper. Oh, what I do, I grab a piece of scrap when I can find any. She says, oh, there we go, I've got loads here. And I just literally draw cardstock. And then I think, well, that is going to be 8 inches long. That's going to be 6 inches, roughly. Then I divide it into whatever I want to divide it into. So 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. And then I'll probably go 2 inches again, 2 inches again, 2 inches. And then I think, right, what can I do with that? Then I think, right, if I cut there, let me get a different colour pen. If I cut, say, 1.5 inches in to 1.5 inches in this side, and then do that side, and then we can, well, like I say, this is score, 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 and then score, 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 score. You know, and I just make things up as you go along, as you do. Then I literally cut my card out, think, oh, that looks good, and Google it, or I Pinterest it, and then I find out that it's already out there. But this is the thing I do. This is how I get to, I practice and practice, and I'm really good with math and stuff. So that design you've just seen there is one of the cards I've decided to make. But they were on Pinterest, they were calling them albums. And I was a bit confused because I wanted mine to be in a card. So I've just messed around with some old cardstock so I don't ruin any good stuff. I've played around with those new papers I bought the other day. And then this is how it opens up. It reminds me of a book. You know, the open book, but it's just one, like 2 pages. I wanted to go a little bit further, but this is the papers I got, like I'm saying the other day. I've added bits here, added bits there. I left them plain. These were gifted to me, all these little beautiful items. Look at that, for my love. But before I realised I'd put happy birthday on the front. But it doesn't really matter. You can put whatever you want inside. I just love this card. Thing is, it's slightly bigger than a normal card that I do. This is on dimensionals. But if at a squeeze, it will still fit. But it's tight, very tight. But it will go in because of the bulk. But it will go in. And I'm not going to show you because I'd never get it out. But I would then use a 5x7 envelope now for this. Or a little gift box, because you could make a gorgeous little gift box. But look how cute that is. And I was like, how, unless you can cut your photographs down to that size. But I've kept these, I wanted to do that panel that way and then have that one down there. So we're going to do that on this next card. And we'll show you how I make. It's so simple. And you could put a section on the back if you wanted to write a message to someone. Or you could leave off the stickers and write something in there. But I think it's just uber cute. I love the way it stands up. I love the way it pops. You know, it's just absolutely fabulous. I tuck these little flaps in, so when it closes, it all tucks away nice and neat. But like I say, it will fit in there at a very tight squeeze. But I just up to the next size envelope, I would. So for this, I'm using everything Stampin' Up apart from this designer series paper, which I got the other day in my you know, the stuff I had from Every Craft's a Pound. So you're going to need 1 piece of cardstock. This is 6 1/8 by 8 1/4. Just going to simply fold that in half. This is the beautiful Granny Apple Green. And the stamp set I'm going to use today for this one is So Hoppy Together. And I'm still going to keep the birthday on the front, so it's Life is Grand on the front. Like I say, that's the only thing that's not Stampin' Up. Now this is 6 by 8. And that is my designer series paper for the front. Beautiful. Green gingham. Absolutely fabulous. The only reason I used it because it was so close to the granny apple green. So let's get going. For this you'll need your trimmer. So simple. This is this is the 6-inch side, so you're going to pop it in at 2. Take your blade down to 1.5, and you're just going to cut from 1.5 to 6.5. And then you're going to lift it up, slide it across to 4, pop it back down, and from 6.5 back up to 1.5. And there's your 2 slits. That's all you need. My blade obviously looks like it needs replacing, even though I only did it the other day. Oh, I got so much paper out, it's unreal. So now I'm going to fetch in my Simply Scored. And at 2 inches, we're going to score this. I'm just trying to think now, let me have a look. So this is going to be, I'm going to turn it over because that is going to be a valley. And so is the 6. Turn it back. This is so the paper doesn't crack, and score it at 4. And then in between these score lines, you're going to score just between the score lines. Oops. So make sure you score just between. That's only 1/2 inch, but that's going to give you that shape. So fold in half. You can't really, I'm not going to burnish this bit too well just yet, because that's going to be sticking out the front. So I'm just burnishing those. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that through, and they're going to be mountains. Oh, it is going to be a valley. Mountain. So mountain, valley, mountain. That little piece of card. So you're squeezing it together like that. And then you can burnish. Making sure your card is level. Look at my blade. And then just give that a burnish there as well. And you can open it up and burnish those inside too. So just lift them up and burnish. So there's that section to give you that inner piece. Then we are going to valley fold those. Making sure your paper comes together top and bottom. Beautiful. Have I done that? No, I've done that the wrong way. Look, see, I've done that wrong now. That way it should go. Oh, see, I'm confusing myself. That's right. Valley, mountain, valley. So that's a valley. That's going that way. Oh, no, I've done it again. I'm confusing myself. Just make sure your card is together at the top and at the bottom. So we've got that shape. We're going backwards. Oh, I'm confusing myself, girls. Look, yeah. And then these are going to pop forward. This is going backwards. That's right. So you're getting that shape, really. So you could either burnish that way, or you can fold them back, because that's the way the card is going to lie. Like so. You want that shape at the end, because this is the bit that's going to get glued into the card now. So just keep burnishing it. And this, I've only used thin cardstock for here, because with the layers going on and the DSP, that is going to be the way your card stands up. Isn't that great? You could always turn it around. No, that way definitely. And then you will close that up. You can do this now or you can do it later. Just pop that out the way. And this is then going to get stuck inside there with a nice tiny little border all the way round. That's all you need, just so it gives you that. So you're going to glue that into place, you'll glue that into place, and then when you open your card it will be like that. Perfection. Loving it. Isn't that great? Love it. But we're going to decorate before we add that first. So, let me tell you your card pieces after those two. So for your layers, what have I got here now? I'll show you. You're going to need 8 pieces of 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. You will need 6 pieces of your designer series paper at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. I've done one side. We're going to do the other side together. All 3 of them. I've got another piece. Oh, is that it? No, that's my Whisper White. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I've got one too many. Oh, that's from my Whisper White. So you can 8 of those, 6 of those, and 2 of those, and they are all the same measurements. And then this piece, this is going to go here. So let me show you the one I've done. I've already layered these. This tiny little bit designer series paper will be going opposite. So it's going on there, on that, just that little bit there inside, just to decorate that as well. So I've layered them all up, but this is what you're going to end up with. This, so that sits in there with a little on that side, and then from the top and the bottom we're going to do this side. So this one is going on there. So we're going to do this one now, so it goes in that side. So I'll show you that now. So that's going there. That'll be going there. That one will be going there. And we'll suss it anyway once it's all together, but I'll show you now. So let's layer these up and then we'll work on that piece. So like I said, and you want, these are for the centre, so you can add a little message. It's just about layering. It's just a simple card. It's all about layering and adding strength to your card in the centre. So I've done this with a tiny little border all the way around. Beautiful. They're going to go in your centre pieces. We're just going to glue these. Pop them straight. Because that gap is like 4 inches, I've cut that to 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. And then the designer series paper is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. So look at that, it matches, not, I wouldn't say it's perfectly matches, but it's damn near close enough for me. It's like the light and dark blends. It's really a contrast of the 2 colours. And when I'd made that card, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use those papers because I want the gingham on the front. And again, this piece is going to go on the opposite side, so they contrast. So everything's going to be contrasted. Right, now for this piece. So this square, if you get your ruler, from there to there is 2 inches. So what you want to do on this card, you want to mark up, I'm going to put that on the 2 lines because that is 1/2 inch. So I'm going to just come below that line, make sure it's level, and I'm going to mark up 1 7/8, which is there. So I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to make sure that's on the line, that's it, and draw up. So now what you're going to do is grab your snips and you're going to trim just the other side of the line, so you're cutting away the pencil line. Just like that. See, past it, there's no pencil line on that side. And then you're just going to snip all the way up till it meets, and that comes off. So you've taken away the pencil line. Now I know if I flip that, it should fit in there beautifully. Oh, no, it needs a tiny little fraction more coming off. So just have a play before you actually stick it down. So you can slide it in. There, you've got that little gap now, all the way around. How simple. With your designer series paper, you're going to put it on in its place as if you were sticking it down and think, oh yeah, that's fab. And then move it up and out. So it's about a 16th again. The same gap you had in the first place, yet again. And then flip it over. And then just draw that bit and snip that out. And again, take away the score line, the pencil line. So you're removing your pencil line. Perfect. You could save those bits and then cut them down to fit in there if you want to. So now this should layer up on top of there beautifully, and we know it fits in there beautifully. Hi, how simple's that? So get it glued down. I'm going to have to pierce through my glue. It's gone again. There we go. A little bit of dry glue there. But it's all about measuring, nipping little bits, and it's best to trim just a little bit less first, instead of you hacking it off and thinking, oh, it's too much now. So keep a nice little border all the way around. Doesn't matter about this bit because it's tucking into there and it won't be as noticeable. So that's that shape. And be careful, if you've got directional paper, then obviously this pattern's non-directional. I don't think so. It doesn't look it to me. And then just make sure you've got that glued in that beautiful corner there. And then we're just adding pieces. We know this one's right. We've measured it already. We can see there it's got that little border. I added the two down the bottom on the other one, and I wished I'd done one top and one at the top, one at the bottom, which is what we're doing now. So you could even lay that flat. You don't have to try and force it in there. Making sure you get the same distance up the top as you have at the bottom. Just give that a little rub down. So there is the start of our card there. Yay! So these little bits we snipped off. That's the wrong piece. I want that opposite. So I need to decorate it a little bit. In fact, have I got here? Yes, I'm going to trim this little piece because that seems to be a little bit long. So if it's the right length, so I'm just going to take a fraction off. Follow that line. And I want the opposites to attract, so that's going there. So we're not even wasting this little bit. We know it's 1/7/8. You don't need a layer behind that because it's so tiny. It would be a shame to try and add a layer on that as well. Again, just take a little fraction off. You could do it on the trimmer if you want. If you're confident enough with your scissors, do it with your scissors. And you could, like I say, put little photos on there if you've got little photos. Just making sure that's not going over. I can just see that's a tiny bit. There we go, perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. So we've got tiny little strips now. We don't need your pencil and ruler anymore. You don't need your snips yet. So just start layering these up now. You could have some on dimensionals. You could just glue them flat. You could use tear tape. You could use fast fuse or your tape runner. just add and build. You can stamp on them first if you want. I'm just going to add my little frogs, I think, on there, and maybe a little message. I think this would be perfect for a little child. So one is going there. Oh, see, one is going there. So we're going to have it running like that, and then the same at the bottom. We're going to have that one, and that one. Isn't that a beautiful layer and a beautiful colour? Love it. Just beautiful. So give yourself a nice little border either side. Whoops, come up a little bit. Perfect. It doesn't take long to put this card together at all, and we're going to add some of those little bees, those little flies from the set going on there, the little dragonflies going in there. I'm going to do some stamping in a moment. We're going to do some colouring, and we're going to do some die cutting as well. Try and keep all those tops quite level. Just give them a smooth down. Beautiful. And add the bottom ones. And they're all totally square, so keeping those lines and these lines together. Perfect. Just slide that over quickly. Yay, you've done it. Give it a good burnish. You don't want any air bubbles left in there. I never bought any of the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper, which has got little frogs on it, believe it or not. So there's our layering. So these are coming forward, that is going back. Squeeze those in and then tuck them like that. And then we can literally now glue this. Or you could use tear tape. Let's use a bit of tear tape just to show you. Because my glue is running out fast. No, it's not running out fast. It's going down, and I've had it a fair while, I must admit, but I've just ordered I have had to order a 2-ounce bottle till the 8-ounce bottles are back in stock, so I hate getting close to running out of things. Oh, I love this tape. It's so strong. And you only don't add nothing to this bit. You literally just put it all here. So let's go there against that one. Take it as close to there as possible, and we'll get another one in the middle then. Get another one in there. I want it coming on down. I love this tape as well. And then in there. You notice what I'm doing when I'm using the block? I'm squashing the tape down. So like push against it so it seals against as well. So just give it a good burnish. I mean, you don't even need your pokey tool for this, it just comes straight off. That's how good it is. That is the only section you want tape on. Don't forget to turn it back over. This opening has got to be with the opening. So just line it up as close to the edge as possible. Lay that down. Perfect. And you can get your bone folder then and just give that a good rubbing down. So you can do it with tape, or you can do it with glue. So I'll show you with the glue as well, and it's just as strong just in this section. Beautiful. Get your finger in the centre and then just close your card over. Just give that a couple of seconds to go off. Put my pin inside there for a moment. And then just flip it over, go inside and give it a good burnish. And there you go, your card is stuck. Now you can, at this point, because you haven't done no decoration yet, you can have it this way, or you can have it this way. You take your pick. I'm going to put a little blob of glue under there. I don't like that bit, it's sticking up. Just that tiny corner. That's better. Can't do anything left-handed. So just give that a good burnish down. That is all stuck solid now. That is absolutely beautiful. That's not coming off away from anywhere. So decide which one you want and where you want it. Whether you want it that way, or whether you want it that way. It's up to you. Now, when you close your card, that wants to sink in. So if you close and just pull that flap and that one, so you're holding it with your fingers, then push them together. Just give it a good rub. Look, I love the way that sits, and I love the way that looks inside. It's beautiful. So I'm going to add my designer series paper to the front. I could have layered this again, but there's plenty of green. I wouldn't layer it with green on green. I did it on the white because it showed up. Again, I'm showing you with tape as well as glue. You can use anything you want. Just turn that round. And there's no direction to this paper, so either way round again. I love this tape, it's so good. So, adhere it all down. Don't want air bubbles whatsoever. I'm going to peel off the centre backing, and then I'm going to pull those to one side just to help me get it straight. I'm going to lay this on my card, starting at the bottom, making sure I've got it straight and it looks flat. Perfect. Give that a rub. Whip off the other bits of tape and smooth it down. Perfect, 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 perfect. So there's the start of our beautiful, I'm just going to call it a fab fun fold card because I think it is fun and fab. So there we go. Right, with this is 2 1/4 by 3 7/8. This is going to have our Make-A-Wish. It's exactly the same width as a designer series paper, and it's going to say enjoy your birthday. And I'm going to keep with the theme because I love that font. It's nice and big, but this time I'm going to stamp in the Granny Apple Green. Oh, do you know, it's just open your up, stand it up, and just, if you want, you've got the whole surface anyway, so just hold it, because it's so hard sometimes to rub it, and I haven't got myself a chapstick. I don't get chapped lips, and I wouldn't buy it just to do this. So this is going to go right up in that top corner. And I'm just going to give it a nice little couple of seconds for the ink to absorb in. Look how beautiful that is. Make-A-Wish. Stunning. Give it a clean as we're going along. You know me. Can't help myself. And then we're going to do the and enjoy your birthday And that's going right down here at the bottom. I'll put that on so it's nice and straight. Just give it a second for the ink to absorb into the paper. How beautiful is that? That is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And if you line it up on your blocks properly, you can't go wrong. Perfect. And then just close your lid. Ink's done. Job's a good one. You can now add either dimensionals or glue this down. I'm going to glue this one down because I don't want it to be too bulky. So I'm going to use my tape again. Just to show all the different ways you can add stuff down. I've got a little bit of fast fuse left. I could have used that. You could use a tape runner, which I've got, but they're not the best. I've got my ATG gun, which I've not used in a long time because I'm loving this glue, see, and this tape. These are my favourites in a minute. This, the art glitter glue, and my Suk Wang tape, which is brilliant. Perfect. So I'm going to line this up about a quarter of the way down, and I've got those lines on my gingham which I can follow there, and just give that a little rub. Perfect. We're going to decorate the front before we start decorating the inside. I've got some beautiful large pearls which I have coloured in with my Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to pop one there, one there, and I'm going to give one, say about there. Everything first at the front, and then I'm going to grab my beautiful old olive, which goes with this, I think, my linen thread, which I adore, and we're going to get some proper tails and stuff going on. So about 10 inches, and I want 4 lots. So stringy, curly, because it's on a little roll. I know you might think, oh, that's a lot of linen thread, but I love it. I love it. And it's going to go with my little frogs as well. And I'm going to be making a 4-layered bow. Why not? If it's going to be for someone special, why not? This one is going to, this one's going to be my grandson's birthday card. So I'm going to pop this up for my gorgeous Frankie man. So what I might do is just get our layer, you know, large letters, dies, and cut the word Frankie out. And then I will tape it, or adhere it down to the back of his card. So we've got our pieces. And again, just going to wrap this round. Can't do it twice. So tuck it under and over, and make sure your knot is in the middle before you pull it tight, because that's where it'll stay otherwise. So you can see it, just pull it and then give it the best tug in the world, and it's nice and tight. And I'm loving them long tails. I'm not going to attach this for a minute, and I'm not going to cut them off yet. Well, I might just level them all out, but that's all I'm doing. Love that. Oh, my little Frankie man. He loves green, he loves the Incredible Hulk, he loves the Avengers. So that's going to go on there somewhere, but we'll attach that later. So I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to just stamp as many little creatures as I can on here, but I need to be able to cut them out with the coordinating dies as well. So I've finished with the Make-A-Wish and the It's Your Birthday. You can go back in there after. Here's my gorgeous little frog. So I'm going to stamp him first. Just fabulous, and pop in this side. Perfect. And I'm going to check now for distance that I've got enough space around him. Beautiful. So it's not going to cut away at the paper. So there's him. I don't know whether to do two. I'm going to definitely have him on the front anyway, because he's quite long. This beautiful little, it's because I've measured them and they fit in the 2x2 squares. Perfect. So I'll have to cut him out, then move on to him, because I'm utilising as much of that paper as I can. Because that's what I like to do. Then we're going to have this little guy. I love him with the glasses. He's just the cutest. I'm going to pop him this way. Fabulous. And I've got some scraps here. I may have another one. I might have two of him actually. Yeah, I'm going to have two of him. Perfect. Then we've got this beautiful dragonfly. I'm going to have two of him. Perfect. I've got loads of scraps, so don't worry. Thing is, how long are we going to be here colouring and cutting? That's the main thing. And I'm just going to have one lot of the bees, or the flies. And they're going to go just down there. Cute or what? You could just leave them as 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 and just colour and leave them as a square. But don't see the point in that myself when you've got these lovely dies that go with. So let's remove that. I'm just going to whip out. I'm going to need those, and them. And I'm going to get some Granny Apple Green and cut two of those out. So just get your bits at the ready. And now it's just a matter of colouring. I love this bit, Dan. This is my favourite bit. Don't forget, they've got eyelids. And it takes seconds. Just so stinking cute. Whoops. I'm going to be cutting that off anyway, so. Add a bit of dark in a moment. These are just the cutest things I've ever fetched out. I love frogs. You can use the other end of the pen if you don't. I'm just doing as fast as I can for the video. So pretty. Oh, it's another one of these gorgeous frogs here. I get so deep into it. I get so carried away and lost. Beautiful. So there's the light. Oh, I'm taking the lid off the wrong end. Okay, see what I mean about getting carried away. So I'm going to use the short end for this. Oh look, I've missed his gob. So just doing darker. This is the, I'm not going to do mega shading on this one. I'm just going to do the belly area. Perfect. My tape will come in handy. Perfect. Just so cute. Look at that. I'm going to do his mouth slightly darker on the inside as well, because your mouth is darker on the inside. Perfect. So there's them done. Light and dark. Let's get a little splash of colour in now for, oh, I best do his bike. So it's going for a little boy, so I'm going to use the light Night of Navy just for his seat, his pedals, the stem on his bike. Don't press on too hard because it does bleed out. Oh, look at that, I made a bike pig's ear of his tyre. There we go, it's rustic, yeah? A little chain guard. Oh well, there goes. I've made a pig's ear of his, because I'm rushing, see. So, little bugs, little bugs, little bugs. I'm going to have little red bugs. And the wings are going to be red in the centre. So cute. Just checking my battery life. I'm going to have a little bit of Highland Heather. You could spend ages colouring these in. Once you do, it's just the card itself, isn't it? We like to decorate them as well. They are just the cutest. Nearly done. I have got my very light pool party, and it's just going over their wings and their eyeballs. Perfect, and I'm going over theirs as well. So, give me 2 seconds and I will be back, and then we will continue to decorate the card. 2 minutes. There you go, I'm back. I've managed to cut them all out now, and I've added dimensionals on the back of them. I've got this little guy all glued together with his lily pad, and I'm just going to start now removing the backings, and we're going to decorate the inside as well as this little guy's going on the front. Perfect. So scoot them to one side. I've even managed to pop them on the backs of the... I decided to cut his bike off because I made a right pig's ear of that. So the is going to go right here in this bottom corner. I'm loving this card. I think his little bow is going to go up here. So I'll glue that down. In fact, I'm going to use a tiny, tiny little bit of Sukwang tape, which is really strong. And I'm going to pop that on the back, and then what is overhanging, I'll just tuck it back onto itself. Peels off beautifully. So I just get the tape and just wrap it, and then making sure I can't feel any that's sticking out. Just going to stick that right on there. I'm even going to curl these tails. My little Frankie man loves them. He loves these little bows and stuff. I know he's a little boy, but he's autistic, so to him it's just something added texture for him to play with when he gets it. So here's a curly tails for him. There's that gorgeous little frog, and now in the inside we can start just building this picture up. I've had to cut some of the little mini dimensionals up. Don't want none of this falling apart on him, bless him. If I had the picture of the Incredible Hulk, he'd love that. Anything green, he loves green. So this is why I thought I'd use my little Hoppy together. So he looks, oops, I'm knocking all my bits off. Looks like he's having a whale of a time there. Just fabulous. He looks so intelligent. So he's going to make a little pop. Getting the backings off it is, they're so tiny. Especially when you've cut them up. But so worth it. I'm going to have him just down here. Perfect. Isn't that cute? My little dragonflies are going... One is going over here. The other one is going to be on here. My little guy on his little toadstool again. We were aiming for 3 frogs on the inside, so I think we've achieved that brilliantly. So I'm going to put him there, because to me he's looking up at his friend there. I'm going to be sitting next to a lily pad. I'm just going to pop them down. There I am. One there. I think I'm going to have a cluster of these together. They're going to be together. I have one on this side with a lovely little fly hanging around on top. Just as if he's hovering over the reed. Another one. Oops. He's just going over here, just floating down. And one more. Those tiny little flies. They're just so uber cute. And that's going on there. Look how beautiful that is, all dressed up. I'm going to grab the little stamp set. And I'm going to have You Can Do Anything. And I'm just going to stamp that. Sorry about the head. In the Granny Apple Green. I'm just gonna, whoops. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get it on there, am I? I should be able to. You Can Do Anything. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's my card done for you. And like I say, it's so good. I couldn't say that was a mini album to me. So I'm going to call it my Fab Fun Fold card using Sew Hoppy Together. Love it. So let me just show you one more time. This is the front. How adorable. Might just get a bit of Winker Stella going on. Just on their eyes to give them a bit of a glaze. Maybe on this lily pad. Just around the outside. So it looks like it's touching the water. Beautiful. Cool, Mr. Boyce did a better job than me with this Winker Stella and these creatures. Just have fun. I'll leave that space free now to write a message to my little Frankie man. But yes, this is going to be his birthday card. I adore that. I think it's absolutely fabulous. I may find something to cut out further down there. Back of a dimensional. And I've always got space on the back. And the card is light enough for me to write a message on there as well. There it is. There is that gorgeous, fab, fun fold card. Using the Hoppy Together. Look, I love the inside. That is brilliant. So there's that one. This is my prototype one. This is the sort of thing Lola would like. Maybe she had this one with all the little fab love hearts and stuff. So there you go. There's my grandkids' birthday cards. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Which one do you like? Do you like the female one? Oh, I'm loving this froggy one. I love this gingham paper. And it goes well with this beautiful... Oh, I love that. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So there we go. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you press the subscribe button and then followed by the little bell. I do try my best to post every single day. And sometimes with extras, but it's getting a bit much, so I think maybe 8 videos a week is plenty instead of 11. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it now. Thanks for watching anyway. Until next time, love you all. Bye.